Hi, my name's Hannah Clement, and my presentation today is going to be over same-sex marriage as an issue for a wedding planner, because I'm going into meeting and planning and event planning and all that, but my specific want for my future career is going to be wedding planning. And so I figured same-sex marriage was one of those big issues when it comes to certain wedding planners and their preferences on what they plan. So I'm going to start off with the basic definition: same-sex marriage, whenever two people of the same sex become married. And it really began an issue for wedding planning and event planning beginning in the 1970s. It's worked its way up to be a little bit more supported lately, but it still is an issue. It wasn't until June 26, 2015 that the U.S. Supreme Court made the decision to make same-sex marriage legal in all of the states of the United States. I'm not sure what other countries it's legal in, but that's what I know about the United States. But like I said before, while it's still an issue to certain people and a few states maybe, over the years the public support of same-sex marriage has grown very rapidly. The United States, though, now is among the 20 jurisdictions and countries that allow the gay and lesbian couples to wed. Now, as a wedding planner with this issue, it becomes a main issue whenever the wedding planner has a problem with same-sex marriage. So whether it is due to their religious reasonings and beliefs, or just personal beliefs and dislikes and likes and stuff, that's when it becomes an issue with a wedding planner. A lot of people will say, I don't really care because it's what I do, it doesn't matter to me, but a lot of people do take it very seriously and are very strict on their beliefs. But even with more support growing for same-sex marriage, it still is an issue to a number of people. I found a statistic on the internet that said more than 50% of same-sex couples found it difficult to be represented with a wedding planner for their wedding and many wedding resources, because a bunch of people to this day still have that big issue with it. And so if they have that issue with it, they don't want to put themselves in that position and put themselves in that environment. But with the issues in wedding planning comes pros and cons. So I put two slides. One of them is first over the pros and one of them is over the cons. My pros of planning is more like you're still doing your job and you're growing your business and your company and everything that you're doing. And then you get more experience with different types of marriages and weddings, and that you wouldn't get from just your traditional wedding. And then you get more support from different types of people who believe and don't believe, but mainly the people that believe in it and are for it and everything, you get their support. Now, the pros of not planning it is you're not going against your own beliefs or religion. You're sticking to tradition and being like that wedding planner that maybe certain people who aren't for same-sex marriages, they're like, okay, well, I want her because she is traditional and she knows what we want and she's sticking to her beliefs, and they just trust in that type of person. And then one last pro of not planning it would be there's no controversy over planning it when it comes to people who might criticize that person for even thinking that it would be okay to do that, just because that's how I feel like a lot of people are these days, especially a little bit older people who have a wider sense of their beliefs. And then I'll go into cons. One last thing. Cons of planning it is you lose support of those traditional individuals who aren't in favor of your choice if you choose to do that, and people aren't okay with that, you're going to lose their support. And then another con is you're going against your own beliefs in your own religion if you choose to go that way. controversy over the situation could cause your business to go downhill and lose your clients. Not all clients, but I mean a lot of your clients, if they don't believe in the way that you're doing your business, you might lose those as your clients and lose that business. And then the last con of planning it is you're still doing your job and growing your business. Now, cons of not planning would be losing support of the other half of individuals that do support same-sex marriage and weddings. So if you don't plan it, then you're going to lose that whole other half that do support it and do believe that it would be okay to do that. I mean, the U.S. Supreme Court made it legal, so why shouldn't everybody support it? But that's just not how the world works these days. And then one last con of not planning it would be not having that extra wedding planned and that extra money that you could make over that, because there's so many same-sex marriages these days, and you could not have a wedding planned at that time, and you don't do that one, so then you lose that type of business. And so, I mean, I guess it's just really your preference and how you feel about the situation and how you want it done. But it is still an issue to these days, and it is an issue to wedding planners specifically. So, thank you for watching. Bye.